there is no Roman. Do we have any Muhammadan? Jesus wasn't handsome. Read Isaiah 53. Well, no, Isaiah 53 is not about Jesus being handsome or not. It's about people will not like him. He will not be pleasant to them. That's why they want to crucify him. You people read the text strongly. This is a book of God. This is not about somebody look good or not. Why people why men they want him? I mean, is he what way people they don't know how to read. Can you explain? Muslim wanted to know if Muhammad was sent after his death or he will be resurrected. What do you mean sent after his death? Saint after his death. What do you mean saint? Like he came up? No, Muslims don't believe in that. Muhammad told them he will be the first one to be resurrected in the day of judgment. Let me find the reference. And the story Muhammad actually he mentioned is very stupid. And I will tell you why. I will find the reference first, so I can show you why Muhammad is really stupid. Muhammad is they have a low IQ, and this is why after any story he say, after reading it for 2 seconds, you will see how stupid. So guys, read with me carefully. Anyone notice what is the mistake here? Let us see who of you is really he have a very good observation and he is deep in thinking. The Prophet said the people will fall unconscious on the day of resurrection, and suddenly I will see Moses. Okay, let us show you another. This is not the whole. This is not the whole hadith. Hold on. Sometimes the Muslim they cut off the whole story. This is not the whole story. Hold on. Let us see this one. I shall be the preeminent among the descendant of Adam, the first from whom the earth will be cleft open, the first intercessor. Translation here is not really accurate. He will be the first one who will come from the grave. As you see, the first one who will come out from the grave. Do you see it? But Muhammad, because he cannot keep his mouth shut, in different hadith he said that he will be the first one who come out of the grave and he will see Moses holding something, holding the throne of Allah. So how you will be the first one who is coming out from the grave, but Moses is there before you? In this hadith here says, the Messenger of Allah said, I am the first one whom the earth will be split, then Abu Bakr, then Umar. It's not even Moses, it's not even Isa, it's not even Abraham. It's Umar and Abu Bakr. Do you see the fraud? I mean, why Allah will care to take Abu Bakr and Umar before Abraham? Any Muslim can tell me? Is Abu Bakr and Umar more important than Abraham, Isa, Moses, Aaron, Isaiah, Abu Bakr, and Muhammad is giving gift, you know, like, okay, I mean, it's good to give a promises in heaven, brother, you know, I will give you endless penis. What do you want more? Every Abdul at that time looking at his, like, what the heck is it going to be endless? This one will be endless, will it grow? Is that fertilizer thing? So Muhammad, he will be the first one to you know, look at this one. Look at this hadith. Read with me and laugh. And this is actually a question I asked long time. I was just a kid. I asked the teacher. I said, sir, I have a question. He said, not you again, not you again. What do you want? You know, put your hand down. I said, I will not, you know, I insist. My hand is up. So he said, okay, what is this? This is very easy. I said, so how the prophet, he will be the first one to be resurrected, and yet he will see Moses holding the throne of Allah. He just opened his eyes, as you explained to us. The earth will be open. This is what the teacher said. The earth will be open. The prophet, he opened his eyes. Right away, he saw Moses holding the throne of Allah. So how he is the first one is going to be resurrected, yet Moses is there alive. He looked at me. He said, okay, we can answer this, but it's too much for you. You are too young to answer it. I said, we listening, you know, explain it to us, sir. And the kids, they start saying, yes, sir, explain to us how that happened. He says, this is not your level. This is for bigger. When you get older, when you become you go to university, you become adult, we can explain those things for you. And then one of the Muslim kids, he said, sir, why you don't say you do not know how to answer it? The Muslim teacher, he have his umbrella, honest to God. He have the old umbrella, you know, like those one with the stick. You know, he took the umbrella and he hit him. He said, I know the answer. You stupid idiot. You take the side with this Christian guy trying to fool you. This is very easy to answer. But you should see his face. He's like he was blonde, his face red. You know, he's getting so angry. Saliva is coming out like a dog, and yet he cannot answer. How Moses is there, yet Muhammad is the first one to be resurrected. And then that kid, who the teacher that beat him, he brought his father the second day. I mean, this story became a drama. The father, he came because he hit him, you know, he hit him in his head, and he injured him with the tip of the umbrella. So the father second day came. He said all what he asked him for, he is not insulting. He's asking a question. You know, he said, why? If you don't know how to answer, just say I do not know how to answer. He can refute him and say, okay, this is the answer. And then the father, you know, he said to them, this is what the kid, he told me, because they brought the kid as a witness for what happened. So the kid is there, the father is there, the principal, and the teacher. So he said, okay, well, this is what happened yesterday. Ask the question you asked to the teacher. So the kid, he repeat again what happened. And then they called for me because I'm the one who asked the question. So I came and I said, what the principal, he said, what was your question? I said, sir, I said, how come Moses is there if the prophet, because the teacher explained to us that the prophet, the first one will come from the grave, even when he, before even stand, he opened his eyes and he saw Moses holding the chair. So my question was, how come Moses is there if he is the prophet, if the first one to be resurrected? So he said, okay, this is what you said. I said, yeah, and the teacher agreed. And then he said to the second one, okay, you now tell us what was your complaint. So he said, well, I said, why, why you don't answer the question if you know the answer? Why you don't say you do not know the answer? And that's it. And then he did beat me. So the father, he said to the teacher, okay, well, let us see if this teacher, he knew the answer or not. What about you? Answer us now. They are kids. You said to them, they are kids, and you cannot answer them because you will not understand. Well, we are adult. Give us the answer, prove that you have an answer. A moment of silence. The principal, he looked at him. He said, what? What do you think? He said, these things is from the unseen. We do not know. This is the answer. He said, just tell them that. Why you did beat the kid? Just tell them this is from the unseen. Suddenly it became the unseen. It is the unseen. It's from Allah knowledge. That's it. So it was like you have to be growing adult. You have to be a growing man. When you are adult, like, then you will understand. This is how embarrassing the stories of Muhammad. Muhammad is the first one in this hadith. Muhammad is the first. Abu Bakr is the second. The third is Umar. Why Umar is the third, by the way, Muslims? Poor Umar. This remind me when Egypt won the basketball game in the third. I think it was Egypt. They have a military game for basketball, and tens of thousands went in the street celebrating that Egypt is number 3 in the champion of basketball, in the world champion, army champion. But there's only 3 teams. So what Egypt will do will be number 4. They are dancing in the street. Allahu Akbar. Egypt is number 3. Egypt, Allahu Akbar. On TV, make programs about it. How amazing the celebration, the victory. They are number 3. But there's 3 teams only. Only 3 teams. And they are number 3, and they are celebrating being the 3rd in the world. Madness. Do we have any Muhammadan? He want to be the 3rd in the world? Well, at least they are not 4th. I mean, come on, they are number 3. Come on, we have to admit. Anything in football, they involve religion with it, and when they lose, they don't blame Allah. Like, I mean, okay, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi laraji'un. The Quran says that all disaster happen because of Allah. So why you worship Allah? Why Allah wanna make a disaster for people who took Ayah Sophia? I mean, you just added a big mosque, which is a big, huge church. Why Allah want to reward you like this? And by the way, one of you asked me, he said, the vision you saw before about an earthquake in Turkey, it happened. I said, no, it did not yet. I believe it did not. The vision I saw, it was way more massive, scary. I saw the earth moving like waves of ocean, honest to God. I saw people laying down dead, screaming. I mean, something very horrible. So this is not the one I saw, and I hope it's not going to happen. But this is what I saw. The one I saw, the earthquake I saw in Turkey, it is the most scary thing. Towns, cities become dust. Yeah.